This video is brought to you by the Namibian Travel Guide. More info on that later.
Traveling to Namibia is the best trip I've ever had. The country makes you feel so at peace, like literally, if you're in search of the world's biggest sand dunes to canyons, mountains to rivers, history to wildlife encounters, then search no more, because this Southwest African country, Namibia, has it all. Join me as I take you on a ride through Africa's own Dubai. Let's go!
Oh my god, guys, look at this elephant.
Welcome to Namibia!
I landed at the HK International Airport in Windoek. I'll recommend after you get past the immigration, you should immediately convert your USD or pounds to the Namibian dollars. Currently, a dollar is about 14.7 Namibian dollars. After which, I would suggest to you to get a SIM card and load it up with airtime or data. I got the MTC because I heard it is the fastest and most reliable in Namibia. Just arrived. Windoek, how do you pronounce it?
Windoek. Welcome to Namibia.
It's Windoek, not Windoek.
Yeah, Windoek. Windoek is in Afrikaans.
Oh, Windoek.
Yeah.
I'm about to hit the city. It's going to be a 30-minute drive. I actually got delayed a bit at immigration. As a matter of fact, I was at immigration for about an hour, and they had a lot of questions. They were questioning me, and at the end of the day, I just figured it's because I'm a Nigerian. So probably I'll share the whole experience in another video, but that's one of the perks that comes with traveling with the green passport. So let's head on to the city and see what the town looks like.
Stepping out of the airport, we drove about 40 kilometers to Windoek.
My first impression about Namibia is how smooth the roads are.
Hey yo, welcome Steven, welcome to Windoek, man. This is Namibia, Windoek, Namibia, man.
Thank you, man.
I'm Lisboa, you know.
First impression of the city, it looks so lovely.
Even though Namibia was colonized by Germans and they gained their independence in 1990, there's a lot of German influence in the country, but overall, Namibia has a track record as one of the most safest countries with little crime rates alongside Ghana, and among the most cleanest countries in Africa alongside Rwanda. But from what I can see, Namibia is ahead of many African countries in terms of infrastructural development. The country is sparsely populated with over 2.5 million people.
Throughout my stay in Namibia, I never saw a single traffic or queue, and I paused and I had to ask myself, are they people actually living here?
Now let's talk about accommodation, which is a vital part of traveling. Throughout my stay in Namibia, I've lived in some of the most unique and affordable Airbnbs ever.
Alright guys, so I'm currently in Kelvin Windoek, and I'm about to show you the apartment I'll be staying right here, and I'll also leave links for you as well and tell you the price point and everything it comes with. As you can see, it looks very African with, you know, thatched roofs and very lovely walkway, and you're not going to believe how much this costs per day. But before I tell you that, I want to give you guys a quick tour. So let me start with the living room. I don't know if I should call that an open kitchen or a kitchenette, but yeah, you have that. It comes with everything you need to cook right here. You have a fridge, a microwave, all your plates, cutleries, cups. I have this lovely couch over here, and I have this big TV, or actually I've been watching Inventing Anna. If you've watched this movie, I really do love it. One of the cool things I like about the apartment, it has a central cooling system. On this other end, I have a very big bed. It's bigger than a queen size bed. One of the most unique bathroom I've actually had to shower in. There are mirrors everywhere. There are mirrors here, mirrors there. This is what the standing shower looks like. Price point for this is $55 a day.
I would like to show you all the apartments I stayed in, but so I don't make this video so long, I've done the hard work for you. Now in an upcoming video, I'll tour over 10 recommended and affordable apartments you can stay in while visiting Namibia. So you should stay subscribed to the channel, or you can go ahead and download the Namibian Travel Guide PDF, which is below this video. The mode of transportation around town is quite different from what I'm used to. Don't bother launching your Uber app because they've got their own e-cabs called iConnect.
Then you just request them and then they'll come get you from your place to your point where you want to go to. But that is more now expensive. If you are taking just a normal public taxi, that will probably cost you $13 from the point where you want to go. Yeah, that's how it is, man.
So what are the modes of transportation around town?
And then you also have buses now, mini buses.
Yeah.
Those are now more cheap. And for the mini buses, you cannot go to central town now, unless you're using a highway. You're only allowed to, to drive on the highway.
Yeah.
That's all.
So you have the Taxi Connect, you have the city cabs, you have the other big buses.
I got to find out it is cheaper to rent a car if you want to touch all corners of the country. Namibia has 40% tarred road outside of Windoek. The rest are either gravel or straight off-road, which is why you need a special vehicle.
Nice to see you, sir.
Nice to see you. How are you?
So I actually looked up you guys on the internet because I want to go, to the coast.
Okay.
So I was told, okay, I need something tough. I need a 4x4. So I see you guys give a lot of cars out there. So what is required?
Okay.
After doing all the paperwork, I was handed a 4x4.
All right, so we have our ride over here, and it's going to be with us for the next 6 days, right?
It is perfect for off-road, can never get stuck in sand, and can carry heavy-duty equipment. That being said, it is time to step away from Windoek and explore the beauty of Namibia. While visiting Namibia, driving has to be part of the journey. I quickly found out it is not about arriving at your destination, but enjoying the loneliness along the way. If you're sick of traffic or seeing other humans, then Namibia is for you. It is all about long distances, 130 mph speed and empty roads. You can drive for 40 minutes without seeing a single car. I guess that's what you expect with 825,000 square kilometers land area and only 2.5 million people living in it. This is definitely the best place for coronavirus social distancing. But by the way, Namibia generally is a hidden gem. While on the road, you will notice these fences on both sides of the road. They are farms owned by Germans, so the barricades serve as a boundary to prevent animals from crossing the road, which might cause fatal accidents. After a while driving and heading south, my first stop was Lake Oanab. The bird eye view shows the thick contrast in nature with the lake surrounded by desert landscape. From our chalet, we admired the water, which is a rare commodity in southern Namibia.
So guys, we're currently at Lake Oanab. It kind of reminds me of Gubi Lake, but with this one, they kind of like had a way to build a resort around it. You have a lot of chalets here, and some of the things people do is boat cruise, like you can see right here. Right, you have these people do boat cruise, right? There are a lot of them jet skiing. So even most people buy their boats there in Windoek, and then whenever they want to come right here, they're just going to come on with the boat, or like they're just going to put it in the car and come with it. So this is the chalet we're going to be staying in. It's a 3-bedroom right here. We have the water view, and it's really lovely what happens here during sunset. Man, I just got here. I haven't experienced sunset, but I can imagine what happens during sunset.
I stayed here for some nights, and I wish it never ended.
My hunt for adventure took me to the coastal city Swakopmund.
We drove 353 kilometers west of Windoek, and while on this journey, I knew I was close when the hills and green vegetation gradually faded away and turned into medium-sized dunes and clear open field.
Alright guys, so we just arrived at the coast. So right now I'm in Swakopmund. All I can see is a very, very beautiful real estate. I could see, a nice beach view. Over there in Windoek, it was raining, but over here it's just all sunny. You have that California vibes over here. So we're gonna go to the beachfront. I'm basically gonna, take you guys around as we go around and see the different things we can do over here.
Swakopmund is a small town located in the Namib Desert with just 45,000 inhabitants, making this town the fourth largest population in Namibia. When the Germans colonized Namibia, they settled here and built beautiful European-looking structures, colorful streets, and amazing real estate. Many locals still speak German here in Swakop.
Come here in October and you'd experience the beer festival. There are so many things to do and see while visiting Swakop. Now, being a coastal city, I quickly hopped into the National Aquarium to learn about the underwater wall of the South Atlantic Ocean.
What kind of fish is this, man? Yo, this is huge.
The aquarium is relatively modest and small, but well kept with a comprehensive collection of marine life including the African penguins. Walk down the tunnel leading through the main aquarium, offering close-up views of rack-toothed sharks and blue spotted rays. While in Swakop, you can go balloon riding, quad biking, hang gliding. The skydiving is operated from the Swakopmund airport since it was founded in the 1972.
However, I'm so self-aware to know that this is definitely not for me, right?
But the sunset in Swakop is magical and therapeutic.
You should not miss this if you ever find yourself in Swakopmund, Namibia.
Before I call it a day in Swakop, I visited the Rossmund Desert Golf Course and Estate, just 7 minutes drive away from Swakop.
Hey guys, so we just did a quick stop at Rossmund Resort and Golf. So just in case you find yourself in this part of town, you can actually come here and lodge. These are the cottages or the chalets, and then they have the golf course on the other end. You have a very lovely swimming pool here.
The oasis offers golfers the unique experience of playing golf in the cool Atlantic breeze with the warm desert sun on your skin. The Rossmund Lodge has 18 double chalet, 4 family chalet and 2 VIP luxury chalet. You can find more details on that on the travel guide booklet.
Let's talk a bit about the sponsors of this video. This video is brought to you by the Namibian Travel Guide. I created this PDF to help you travel Namibia effortlessly because I've made a lot of mistakes, like not having the complete documents because I was held at the immigration for hours, not knowing where to rent a camp vehicles, and spending a lot of money on hotels. I had no proper plan before visiting Namibia, so I spent a lot of days on the road, confused on where to go and find adventure. Right now, this PDF would serve as your tour guide because I've done all the hard work for you, from the best budget apartment to where you can find and book tour experiences and a lot more. Now, because you're watching this video this early, I'm giving a 50% off for the first 20%. So rush now. The PDF link is at the description section of this video. Now let's continue with our tour.
The adventure did not end there. After the 30-minute drive west of Swakopmund, I arrived at Walvis Bay, a town where the ocean meets the city. It is the second largest city in Namibia and the largest coastal city in the country. Walvis Bay is home to the highest sand dunes in Namibia. The Dune 7 measured at 1,256 feet tall. Hiking and quad biking can be done here during sunrise or sunset. First up was the Walvis Bay Lagoon. It's a place where pink flamingos come to feed. I got to discover flamingos sleep with one foot up. They do this so they don't freeze in the cold water in the Atlantic. And while asleep, they face against the wind, kind of like resting on it for balance.
Right, so sometimes locals use this to know the direction of the wind, which is really cool to know. Walvis Bay being an ocean city, my crave for aquatic experience came to actualization when I booked a catamaran cruise to spot the Namibian marine life while sipping on sparkling wine and enjoying the ocean breeze, right?
The boats depart for 9 a.m. and were quickly welcomed by Jack, the oldest seal in the colony. Quick facts about seals. Seals can swim about 6 meters per hour and can reach speeds as fast as 18 meters per hour. They have an outer fur that gets wet and an inner fur that keeps them dry. Seals eat mostly dead or alive fish and can dive 300 meters in deep waters. This seal colony is the largest in the world, hosting about 250,000 seals. It is hard to ignore the smell that many animals living together emit. I spotted whales after sailing for 30 minutes. This set of whales are not as friendly as the ones we see online. They only feed on alive fish, unlike the seals. Whales love to accompany boats on full speed because of what the vibration does to their body. While on the 3-hour cruise, we had seafood breakfast, drank some champagne, and got me ready for my next adventure.
Alright, that was really fun. Saw a lot of like seals, I saw dolphins, I saw pelicans. So it's really fun. So if you're in Walvis Bay, you should probably give this a try, you know.
My next stop was a ride over the ocean at the Sandwich Harbour. On this trip, you can spot the river on the right, the dunes on the left, and the car pathway in the middle. Such a lovely scenery. The dunes keep getting higher and higher, and in actuality, if your car gets stuck, it can get really dangerous because you can't get in or out, but we're told not to worry. The Namib Desert meets the Atlantic Ocean, and for me, this is the most exciting spot in Namibia. There are several activities you can undertake while visiting Walvis Bay, like paragliding. I saw a lot of people hike up the dunes and paraglide down. I found it very scary, but that's what adventure is all about.
Now, onto my next destination was a trip to the large red sand dunes of Sossusvlei. This is one of the most unique, iconic landscape of Namibia. This has been on my bucket list of places to visit for ages.
Instead of taking the longer but smoother route from Rehoboth to Sossusvlei, we opted in for the Clifto Pass, which is the steepest path in all of Namibia. Driving here is not for the faint-hearted. Only those willing to take the risks would admire the beauty that the landscape offers from up here. And in just 1 kilometer of descending, we arrived at the valley, and in less than 400 kilos, we arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to the dunes of Namibia. This is Sossusvlei, renowned for the red sand dunes, some of which are the largest in the world. They are scary and beautiful at the same time. They contain a lot of iron, which give them the dark brown colors. The last 5 kilometers is the road meant for the 4x4. However, we got stuck in the sand.
So apparently what really happened was all the tires don't have the same pressure, so we got to read the manual again, so we had to bring our tires down to about 180 on gravel and sand, and then when we get back to the tar road, we'll put it back to 200. So
it's a powerful vehicle, this one shouldn't get stuck.
We had no knowledge on how to use the 4x4. We got help from a fellow tourist, a proper tutorial I would say. The rule here is to not stop driving. The largest dunes, Big Daddy, is over 325 meters high, and below is the Dead Veil, which means dead swamp. It was once a swamp, but over the years have dried up. The tour guide said it's been rumored to be here in the last 1,000 years. It is a very picturesque location, and in times like this you would question yourself for traveling hundreds of kilometers just to see dead trees in the desert. You should either visit here at sunset or sunrise, because at those times the dunes don't just look pretty but gorgeous. It might sound crazy to walk up the dunes sweating with your shoes covered in sand, but trust me when I say it is all part of the adventure. And while hiking, one needs to be careful of running into sand snake, so make sure you put on solid shoes. However, I'll leave you to judge if this view is worth the struggle. Next stop was the Etosha National Game Reserve. It was not a long drive before I spotted the first pack of giraffes. After making payments at the reception, we decided to hunt for the big five. Our second encounter was a pack of elephants. Fun fact about elephants, they follow a single pathway through and through their journey in search of water or food. The Etosha National Wildlife Park is a dream for any wildlife fan. It is advisable to visit in the dry season because many animals gather around the water holes to hydrate. Oryx can be spotted in hundreds, as a few ostriches too along the way. Springboks, waterbucks, wildebeests, zebras, and the list continues.
God, look at lions, guys. Oh my God, guys, look at. But you should not open your window, man.
This is the first safari drive I have gotten lucky enough to see a pack of lions in their natural habitat. It is almost impossible for animals to leave the park in search of water because throughout the national park, water holes have been established to make sure animals have enough drinking water. The water holes make a great spot to see the animals in close proximity. Roads within the park is completely covered with gravel, but very easy to maneuver by the 4x4 hillocks. The park is dried out throughout the year. There are campsites that provide a range of accommodation, as well as restaurants, viewing decks, shops, and petrol stations. Etosha was great to me, but I had to leave in search of a new adventure. Our next adventure took us up north, Namibia, to meet up with the Himba Tribe. We drove about 700 kilometers, about 7 hours, to learn more about the Himba people.
I personally have heard a lot about the Himbas, right here in Namibia. So I visited Namibia. Actually, I left Windoek and drove over 700 kilometers to get right here in Opo, where you have the Himba tribe, right?
The Himbas are semi-nomadic as they have homesteads where crops are cultivated, but may have to move within a year depending on rainfall and where there is access to water. Both the Himba men and women are accustomed to wearing traditional clothing that benefit their living environment and in the hot climate of that area. The Himbas are polygamous, with the average Himba man being husband to 2 wives at the same time. They also practice early arranged marriage. Young Himba girls are married to male partners chosen by their fathers. This happens from onset of puberty. I spent the whole day here and they were very welcoming to tourists.
I will post a long episode diving in deeper into the real truth about the Himba people, as there are many misconceptions about them. So stay subscribed to the channel.
After a 6-day journey outside of Windoek, I finally returned back to the country's capital to learn about the history of the Namibian people.
Right now we are at the city center, and just beside me is the popular cathedral.
It's actually the first church in Namibia.
First church.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no better way to learn about the country history, right? Except you go to the museum.
Namibia has passed through several distinct stages, from being colonized in the late 19th century to Namibia's independence in 1990. From 1884, Namibia was a German colony called the German Southwest Africa. After the First World War, the League of Nations gave South Africa a mandate to administer the territory. Namibia as a nation has gone through a lot, and visiting the National Museum and seeing the heroes of this great nation is a privilege, and this is why I choose to travel. There is no way I would leave Namibia without having a taste of their local street food.
Good. This meat, is it very healthy?
Yeah, it's very healthy, my guy.
Good protein.
Very nice.
This one is $50.
$50.
Yeah, 50 bucks. When you put it on the side. This is how we do it here. Okay, this is fruit cakes. We eat them with kapana.
We call it puff puff.
Puff puff.
Yeah, it's called puff puff. So,
Okay.
Alright, here you go. How much is this?
$3. This one is $4.
$4. Alright, here you go, my man. Thank you.
Oh, this one is oshikundu.
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 Oh.
Yeah, you can also find it here at Single Quarter.
What is inside?
It's actually mahangu.
Mahango.
Yeah. That's good.
That's good, yeah.
This was just a brief highlighting my trip to Namibia. Stay tuned because there are going to be more videos about Namibia's real estate, successful entrepreneurs speaking about the ease of doing business in Namibia, and basically I'll talk more about how the country is quickly becoming the Dubai of Africa. Right, thank you so much for watching this video to the end, but don't forget, if you want to have the travel guide, right, a PDF I created that's going to make you travel Namibia effortlessly, it's in the link below this video. Go ahead and get it for yourself. I've already discounted it by 50% for the first 20 people. All right, and if it's your first time here, my name is Steven. I make videos about travel and real estate. I'd love you to join my family by subscribing to the channel, and if you go ahead and like this video, you're basically recommending it to more people. All right, so like this video and stay tuned for more videos about Namibia.